Thank you, everyone. My name is Shirley Jin Qian. I'm from the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. Today, I'm going to present my research on which entitled "What Drives Social Enterprises Legitimacy: Implications from Consumers' Legitimacy Judgment." And Dr. Ento Chandra is my co-author here. Let me move my. So I will start with a little bit background about this research. Social enterprise has been defined as a hybrid organization that is driven by social mission and sustained by business models. So here, an example of social enterprise is a restaurant in Hong Kong called Dignity Kitchen. So this restaurant provides employment opportunities to the disabled people, and at the same time, they run the restaurant as a way to generate income and also to be sustainable. And legitimacy has been defined as the social judgment of organizations' appropriateness, desirability, and acceptance. And it has been rooted in institutional theory. And scholars have discussed a lot on powerful and resource-rich actors such as the government, media, foundation, and bank. And important question is legitimacy to whom? So this question implies that legitimacy is actually highly audience dependent, and consumers as one of the very important types of audiences for social enterprises legitimacy, and at the same time as the demand side of social enterprises has received a very little attention. And in the past literature of social enterprise studies, more attention has been paid to the topics such as the hybridity, business models, social impact measurement, and scholars have focused on the role of social entrepreneurs, the government, beneficiaries, and partners. So very little research has focused on consumers of social enterprises. And at the same time, scholars have also found that consumers' prior knowledge of organizations may have an influence on their legitimacy judgment. So here we are also curious to know how consumers' prior knowledge of social enterprises will influence their legitimacy judgment. And the past literature has also discussed the legitimacy judgment from individual level, including three dimensions, such as instrumental, relational, and moral. The instrumental evaluation focuses on the effectiveness, efficiency, and utility of organizations. And relational evaluation means that the organization is legitimate when it can affirm the social identity and the self-worth of individuals. And for moral evaluation, it means whether the organization conforms to ethical principle and pro-social logic. So here in this research, we asked two research questions. The first one is, what drives social enterprises' organizational legitimacy assessed by consumers? The second one is, how does consumers' SE awareness influence their legitimacy judgment? We engaged a playful exploration by combining LDA and Lasso. LDA is probabilistic topic modeling. It is actually a text mining tool to uncover the hidden semantic structures in large and unorganized text corpus, such as the data from Twitter, Facebook, and some large forum. And the output of LDA is actually a list of topics that contains a cluster of words and their topic weight. So based on the cluster of words, we can manually give labels to different topics. And for Lasso, it is a regression analysis method for feature extraction and for prediction accuracy improvement. So it is used for reducing the topic redundancy and also to improve the prediction power of the model. And it is used in this research as a way to find topics with the strongest predicting power for legitimacy judgment. We collect data from OpenRice. OpenRice is a very popular dining app in Hong Kong, where people can read the restaurant or to write the reviews and also to seek recommendations from others. And there's a category from this app called social enterprise restaurant. So restaurants that operated in the form of social enterprise will will have this label around its name. So I collect the data under this category called social enterprise restaurant, including some user info, their review content, and their rating. In total, I collected 79 social enterprise restaurants, and these 79 social enterprise restaurants are actually the entire social enterprise restaurant from this platform. And in total, we have 1,692 reviews. From the reviews, we identified there are 1,361 unique consumers. And we further classified the reviews into SE aware and SE unaware reviews based on whether the keywords related to social enterprise are detected in their reviews. So after the classification, we have 600 SE aware reviews versus 1,092 SE unaware reviews. So here are the two examples of the different types of the reviews. And before I conducted the LDA, I firstly run a TF-IDF analysis. So TF-IDF refers to term frequency inverse document frequency. It is the tool that scholars use to see which words are very important in the document or in the corpus. So I run TF-IDF separately on 4 different types of reviews based on whether it is SE aware or SE unaware, and whether it's whether the rating is at the top quartile or the bottom quartile. So the interesting finding is for SE aware and the high rating reviews, we found the words related to the food quality appear at the top of the list. And while for the SE aware but with very low rating, we found words related to social enterprise appear at the top. And for SE aware and high rating reviews, we found that word called friend appear in this corpus, and but for the other 3 types of reviews, we didn't find such a word. So this finding gives us a hint about the features of different types of reviews. And this is the result of the topic modeling, the LDA. And we generated 20 topics from the entire corpus, and from the 20 topics, there are actually five topics. For example, here is beneficiary, sustainable dining, and social mission. There are 5 such topics that are related to the social or sustainable side of the social enterprise, but the majority of the topics are still related to the food quality or food taste at the instrumental side of the social enterprise. And then I run the lasso to find the most predictive topics based on the 20 topics generated from the topic modeling, and I use consumer rating as a proxy of legitimacy judgment as the dependent variable. So the lasso selected 11 topics and that can significantly predict the social enterprise's legitimacy. And we classify the 11 topics into 4 different dimensions, including instrumental evaluation, relational evaluation, moral evaluation, and emotional reaction. And among the 4 dimensions, we found instrumental and relational evaluation have the highest coefficient, while the moral evaluation only appear at the 3rd place. And then I run LDA plus lasso separately on SE aware and SE unaware reviews. So for SE unaware reviews, we found instrumental evaluation and ecological evaluation are 2 very significant predictors for social enterprise's legitimacy, while for SE unaware reviews, we found instrumental evaluation and relational evaluation are 2 strongest predictors for social enterprise's legitimacy. Based on the findings, we found that consumers generally look at instrumental, relational, moral, ecological dimensions, and they also involve emotional reactions for the legitimacy judgment. And among the different types of dimensions, we found the instrumental, relational, moral evaluations and emotional reactions are significant predictors for social enterprises' legitimacy and for the overall for the overall corpus. And specifically for SE-aware consumers, they care more about the instrumental and ecological side of the social enterprise as when they make the legitimacy judgment. And for SE unaware consumers, instrumental and relational evaluations are significant predictors for social enterprises' legitimacy. And moral evaluation is actually not as important as instrumental evaluation for determining social enterprises' legitimacy assessed by consumers. And here's the contribution of this research. We bring forward the conversation on legitimacy assessment by consumers in social enterprise. And we also found that legitimacy of social enterprise is mainly influenced on the instrumental evaluation instead of moral evaluation. And we found moral evaluation is actually not as important as expected, and also not as important as the instrumental evaluation. And also hybridity of social enterprises is not seen as such by consumers when they make legitimacy judgments to social enterprises. And we also used a novel research method by using large data and natural language processing in social enterprise research. And future studies can be done to further examine the causal relationship in social enterprises legitimacy judgment by consumers. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.